Are you also like my friend who's confused about everything she must do before moving overseas? Don't worry, I have your back. In this video, I'll share 5 major things you must do before moving abroad. Before I discuss the first step, I want you to focus on your residency status. If you're already aware of your NRI status, skip this section and jump onto the next one. For your convenience, we've added timestamps for all the sections. Wait, why even bother about your NRI residency status? Well, residency status is of utmost importance as it governs your tax rates and laws around banking, investment, etc. Knowing if you're an NRI or not is simple. If you've been in India for at least 182 days during the financial year or at least 365 days in the last 4 years, you are a resident Indian and not an NRI. Please note that there are different conditions for PIOs and certain working individuals. You can watch this video to get a complete understanding of who is an NRI. Residency status done. Now let's discuss all the things you must do before moving abroad. First, you must complete all the banking and legal formalities. Moving abroad is tiring, both physically and emotionally. Packing your luggage, meeting relatives, and finding accommodation. Between all this work, we often forget some banking and legal formalities that must be done to avoid penalties or extra charges. So before you move abroad, update your internet banking details and increase your bank mandate limits to ensure easy and smooth access to funds back home. If you're like me who has several credit cards, it's time to let go of some cards and convert the important ones into international cards. This will help you avoid extra charges when you swipe them overseas. Are you wondering how to apply for credit cards online as an NRI? I got your back. Add this video to your watch list now. Talking about saving extra charges, not filing an ITR might land you in trouble. You'll have to pay hefty penalties under the Income Tax Act if you've not filed your IT returns. Make sure you filed your ITR on time. If not, please file your ITR as soon as possible. When we plan our personal finances, we always think about creating an emergency fund. But have you planned your foreign expenses? The second tip on our list is all about planning your expenses. In India, you have your parents, friends, and relatives to fall back on in case of financial emergencies. But when you are all alone in a new country initially, you have almost no one to watch your back. To protect yourself from financial emergencies, create an emergency fund for your foreign expenses. Open an Excel sheet and note all your monthly expenses: rent, college fee, groceries, clothes, utility bills, medical expenses, etc. Once you arrive at a number, multiply it by either 3 months or 6 months. And that's the amount you must always have in your foreign bank account as your emergency fund. We Indians love 2 things the most: chai and discounts. And why not? Chai gives us peace of mind and discounts help us save money. Planning your expenses early also gives you both peace of mind and savings. For example, if you book your flight tickets a few months early, you might save on airfare. Since shipping costs are typically high, if you plan early and compare quotes from different shipping companies, you might save some money there too. From flight tickets, let's move on to road trips, shall we? Public transport is a blessing. But who does not like to go on a solo trip during weekends and explore the city, right? Wait, don't start making your driving playlist just yet. You need an international driving license to drive a vehicle in a foreign country. So if you plan to own or lease a vehicle abroad, apply for an international driving license by visiting your state's transport authorities here in India. Don't forget to convert your Indian license into an English translation or any other language approved by the country that you're traveling to. Since we're talking about the driving license, let's also focus on other necessary documents. Tell me one thing. If you forget some of your clothes back in India, what would you do? You'll buy new ones, right? Well, that's not the case with documents. Before moving abroad, collect all the documents and get them attested. Here's a list of some documents you might require overseas. Since we discussed road trips, how do you begin with a long road trip? You don't just take your keys and start driving, right? You plan the route, look for nearby accommodations and food courts, etc., and then start with the trip. Similarly, when moving to a new country, you must plan everything, including your taxes and insurance policies. If you're keeping account, let's move to our fourth tip. As discussed earlier, planning your finances is crucial when moving abroad. Understanding the tax laws of the country you're traveling to helps you plan your finances better. When calculating your tax liability in the new country, use DTAA laws if applicable to avoid paying taxes twice on the same income. Also account for any taxes you'll pay in India and file your ITR on time. Being a responsible NRI is rewarding, trust me. If you want some help planning your taxes as an NRI, add our dedicated video on tax planning for NRIs to your watch list now. We've heard the phrase health is wealth so many times. It seems that several countries know the importance of this phrase and have made health insurance mandatory. When you move abroad, ensure you get the necessary health insurance policies and comply with the local healthcare laws. If you're moving overseas for work, check if your employer gives you healthcare benefits and plan accordingly. You might also have to comply with other insurance requirements such as getting renters, home and motor insurance. And now that we're talking about insurance, tell me something. What will you do if you lose your baggage at the airport? I know even thinking about it makes us panic. So to be on the safer side, you might want to buy travel insurance to protect your luggage, passport and other important things. To be honest, we can plan everything from insurance to taxes when moving abroad. But one of the most difficult things to manage is our emotions. How will I manage without my family abroad? Will I be able to make new friends? How will I celebrate festivals without my friends and family around? All such questions start popping into our head as soon as we consider moving overseas. Don't worry, I might have a solution to help you beat homesickness, and that solution is NRI communities. Moving abroad can be lonely, but I bet you'll beat homesickness within a few weeks once you join local NRI communities. Be it finding accommodation, understanding the culture of the new country, or navigating local bureaucracies, NRI communities will help you with everything and make you feel at home. NRI communities also organize events and workshops to help you network with other people. You name it, Diwali parties, Garba nights, watching cricket matches together. NRI communities celebrate every festival and major events like one big family. Finding your tribe is definitely important, but understanding local culture is as important as finding your tribe. If you're moving to a non-English speaking country, learn some common phrases and sentences in their language and research about the local culture. I hope you've added some of these points to your moving abroad checklist. Here's a quick summary of all the points covered in this video. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to Groww NRI for more such videos. And please note that this video is for educational purposes only. Any information mentioned in this video is not an endorsement or financial advice. If you want to know about other important things you must do before moving abroad, we have another video on this very topic. In this video, we've covered 10 things you must do when you become an NRI. Watch it now. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.